Did Bears general manager pull off highway robbery twice? Let's talk about it here on Chicago Bears Now. I'm Harrison Graham. It's been a busy NFL contract news day as Trey Smith, a player the Bears were linked to heavily before he got franchise tagged, locks in on a 4-year contract to make him the highest paid guard in NFL history. He gets 4 years and $94 million, $70 million guaranteed, an average of $23.5 million per year. Now, why are we talking about this on Chicago Bears Now? Because once Trey Smith got franchise tagged, what did Ryan Poles and the Bears do? They pivoted to Joe Thuney, who was with the Chiefs because Kansas City wasn't able to pay both. They bring him on board, extend him on a 2-year, $35 million extension when he only had $16 million left on his current deal. And now you've got him at $17.5 million per year, the 10th highest paid guard. I'm sorry, there's not 9 guards better than Joe Thuney. And to be frank, I think at this exact moment, he's better than Trey Smith. Now, don't get me wrong. Trey Smith is 25. I get why the Chiefs did what they did. I was fired up at the idea of getting Trey Smith. But if you're telling me for the next few years, Trey Smith at $25.5 million per year or Joe Thuney at $17.5, I think Joe Thuney's still a better player. And by the way, even if it gets to the point where Trey Smith surpasses him, Thuney's making 25% less. He's making $6 million less per year on a new year. So at worst, it's a good pivot, even if Smith surpasses Thuney as a player starting this year. At best, you got a better player with more experience, with more accolades, with Super Bowl experience blocking both Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady to help out your young quarterback in Caleb Williams, and he's still at the top of his game. This guy brings so much on and off the field. The intangibles are going to be huge. You just don't find 4-time All-Pros, 4-time Super Bowl champs, guys who were coached by Belichick and Andy Reid, guys who blocked for Mahomes and Tom Brady and did it at the highest of level in the highest of stakes. And that's just the resume. How about just last year? Okay, well, Thuney's older, Trey Smith is younger. Well, Joe Thuney, across the board, graded out better. Trey Smith graded out better as a run blocker. But remember, Joe Thuney had to kick out to left tackle and did more than hold his own. And oh, by the way, in the postseason, obviously he had a rough go in the Super Bowl. That whole offensive line did, including Trey Smith. He graded out better than Trey Smith in the postseason at left tackle than Trey Smith did at his natural position of guard. The point of this is not to knock off Trey Smith, but to get Joe Thuney at this price tag, remember I said if you could extend him for $21 million per year on a 2-year deal to turn it into a new 3-year contract, that'd be pretty good, because if they added 2 years and $42 million with the 16 he was already owed, that would have kept him under $20 million per year when you add up the 3 years. To get him for 2 for 35 or whatever it was, 35.5 to add to the 16 million, he's just over 17 million per year on a 3-year deal. And by the way, that 3rd year is mostly non-guaranteed. That is really, really good contract work by Ryan Poles and his staff. And I understand he's 32, and I understand that his best days aren't ahead of him. I do not expect him to fall off, though. He was a first-team All-Pro last year, and that included 3 regular season games at left tackle. Joe Thuney is still one of the best left guards in the NFL and one of the best pure offensive linemen in the league. And to me, he's still a better player than Trey Smith. So I'm fired up for him to be here. I think this is a really good job by Poles, and I'm just excited about it. And I think Bears fans should be too, especially seeing some of the money thrown around the NFL. There's another example of this to come, and a contract that is aging masterfully, if I might add. But before we get to that, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 125,000 subscribers, free and daily content. We are also sponsored by our friends at Mando. Been telling you about the whole body deodorant for well over a year now. You can get in on it. ShopMando.com. Their best deal ever. 20% off all of their products with our code CHAT. Go check it out. Summer is here. And whether I'm grilling outside or playing around a golf or out on a patio for happy hour, that's what I'm doing tonight, Mando keeps my pits fresh and dry. And, well, not just my pits, as Mando's whole body deodorant is exactly that. It's going to block odor all day long and is safe from head to toe. Mando offers a solid deodorant stick and a spray deodorant product, as you can choose whatever your preference is. All of Mando's products are clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after a shower, the average man's grundle odor was a 5 out of 10. With Mando, the average odor is a 0 out of 10. I personally recommend the starter pack, especially for new customers from Mando. Comes with the solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes. I'm a big fan of the wipes, easy to take on the go. Plus, you get free shipping. Remember, you can now get 20% off their entire site with code CHAT at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support the show. Tell them we sent you. Bears Now by Chat Sports. Mando has you covered. Go check it out today. Links in the comments and description of this video. Okay, another big contract going down today. Sauce Gardner getting a massive extension. He is now the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. 4 years, $120.4 million, an average of over $30 million per year. He gets $85.6 million guaranteed. And what stands out to you guys when you look at the highest paid corners in the NFL, the top 10? Well, you know what stands out to me? Jaylon Johnson isn't on it. And to me, Jaylon Johnson is pretty clearly a top 10 corner. I think he's better than J.C. Horn, who got 25. I think he's better than the current version of Jalen Ramsey. I wouldn't say he's better than Sauce or Stingley or certainly Pat Surtain or maybe even a couple others there, but he's definitely in the top 10. He's currently the 13th highest paid cornerback in the NFL. This is looking like one of the best contracts in the NFL currently. Now, it's easy to say, like, the cap goes up each year. But even last year when they paid him, I think he was like the 7th or 8th highest paid corner at the time. And that was coming off by far the best year of his career. He was the highest graded corner, I think, or the second highest in coverage per PFF that year. And you didn't even have to make him a top 5 corner then. And now he's well outside of the top 10. And by the way, this contract could even look better, as I believe Dennis Allen's scheme, where they're going to run a lot of press man coverage, suits Jaylon Johnson's skill set even more. So what Johnson has done under Matt Eberflus, playing more zone coverage, he's improved those skills. So when they do go into zone concepts, he's comfortable there. But his bread and butter coming out of Utah in his first year in the NFL was mano-y-mano, baby. Press man, I'm in your face, you're in my face, let the best man win. I've said that about Tyreek Stevenson as well. So we've already seen an excellent all-pro version of Jaylon Johnson the last couple of years. You might see more. You might see a player that reaches even new heights, and you've got him at $19 million per year, where the highest paid CB1s in the league now make $30 million. The moral of the story is, look, we all have opinions on Ryan Poles. He's certainly not perfect. He's had some misses. The Bears have not won. You got to start winning. It's easy to just say all this stuff. But I think one area he deserves credit, most contracts he's given out have been pretty reasonable ones. Even the ones that didn't work out, like Nate Davis, that was a flop, right? It's 3 years, $30 million, 19 guaranteed. It's not going to kill you. That contract's not burying the Bears, right? Tremaine Edmonds, he hasn't lived up to the hype, although I saw executives tell ESPN that he's the 6th best off-ball linebacker in the league. I thought that was a stretch. But regardless, it's not like that deal has just handicapped you. And in some cases, you have found really good value. This Jaylon deal, really good value at the time, even better now. Obviously, Joe Thuney, really good value. Older player, but still very, very good. Even DJ Moore to an extent. Didn't have the best year last year, but he's at $27 million per year. I'd have to pull up highest paid receivers. I don't even know if that's top 10 anymore. So a lot of these contracts are aging nicely. And the point is, when you find a player you really like, get a contract worked out, get it done. Cole Kmet's another good example, $12 million per year, nothing crazy at all. And just be convicted in the guys you like. Keep those guys around. And if you do it sooner rather than later, you're going to get a pretty good price tag as time ages. Okay. What do you think is the better contract for the Bears? Do you think it's Jaylon Johnson or do you think it's Joe Thuney? I'd probably lean Jaylon because that corner position has really exploded, and obviously he's still young and potentially ascending. Thuney's probably not ascending anymore, but I think both of these contracts are really team-friendly and can really help the Bears continue to build out this roster. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Chicago Bears Now. Did Ryan Poles pull off highway robbery twice? Certainly seems like he might have. Give us your thoughts on this video. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you soon.